If you are learning English, there is one grammatical choice that probably causes more hesitation than anything else, deciding between I lost and I have lost. To solve this, we are going to perform a rapid-fire audit of a standard grammar worksheet. By the end, we will extract a predictable 3-rule checklist you can use every time you write. This is our primary evidence, page 29 of the grammar exercises. The answers have already been written in by a student, but we need to verify the logic behind every single entry. All you need to follow along is this physical text and a basic grasp of how verbs conjugate into the past tense. By decoding the specific reasons behind these handwritten answers, we can turn what feels like a guessing game into a reliable system. Step 1 is Rule 1, the finish time trigger. If a sentence explicitly mentions a dead completed time period, like 1999 or yesterday, the present perfect tense is locked out. You must use the past simple. The most common failure points here are the question words when and what time. Both of these immediately point to a specific historical moment that is already over. Look right here at exercise 14.1, question 5. Notice that the sentence ends with the phrase yesterday evening. That time marker is entirely in the past. Because of this, the original printed text, "Where have you been?" is crossed out, and the correct past simple phrase, "Where were you?" is written in. Now, let's track down to question 10 to see the when trap in action. The prompt asks about a bridge being built. Even though there is no specific date listed, the word when forces the action into a closed historical box. The correct handwritten answer uses the past simple. When was this bridge built? The very first step of any sentence audit is to scan for these dead time markers. If you spot one, the past simple is your only valid option. If there is no time word at all, we move to Rule 2, the present result test. Here, your choice depends entirely on whether the past action has an active consequence right now. Let's use a classic scenario, losing your keys. If you lost your keys yesterday but found them this morning, the action stops in the past. But if you lost your keys and you are currently locked out of your house, that action carries a direct result straight into the present. That requires the present perfect. I have lost my keys. We can apply this to exercise 14.3, question 2. The prompt mentions Paul and Lucy, and the handwritten answer is arrived about 10 minutes ago. Even though 10 minutes is incredibly recent, the word ago legally tags this as a finish time. The timeline is cut. Therefore, we use the past simple, arrived, not have arrived. Contrast that directly with question 8 further down the page, where the speaker is discussing Karen's husband. The handwritten entry reads, I've never met him. Because the speaker is still alive, their life experience window remains open. The result of not meeting him is still true right now, making the present perfect required. Rule 2 demands that you look past the clock and instead evaluate the immediate consequence of the action. If the past event still dictates your current reality, the present perfect is the right tool for the job. Our third and final test is Rule 3, the unfinished window. When a time period is mentioned, you have to ask, is that window of time still open, or is it firmly shut? This week includes today, meaning the window is open, so you use the present perfect. Last week is over, meaning the window is closed, forcing the past simple. We see this play out in exercise 14.2, question 1, which asks about the rain. The handwritten answer correctly states, it hasn't rained this week. Because the week is currently ongoing, the possibility for rain is still technically open. But drop down to question 3. The time window shifts to last week. That period is completely closed, so the answer must be the past simple. It was cold last week. Finally, look at the bottom of the page in exercise 14.4. The student provides their own examples. I haven't eaten any fruit today. Today is an open window. Checking if the time frame is currently open or permanently shut serves as your ultimate tiebreaker for any tricky sentence. Looking back at the full worksheet, every single handwritten answer checks out. They perfectly align with our logic rules. Here is your portable checklist to memorize. 1. Scan for a finished time or the word when. 2. Test for a present result. 3. Check if your time window is open or closed. Try applying this window check rule to the very next important email you write before you hit send. By treating grammar as an evidence-based audit rather than abstract guesswork, You now have a predictable system to control the trickiest tense choice in English.